there was a time when I took a stand, and it's a story you've heard before, but it was when I was a little girl. I was 8 or 9 years old, I believe, and I used to go to private school that was across town from where we lived, and I would take the city bus to school every day, unless I could talk my dad into driving me across town. And this particular day, I was after school and I had gotten on the bus and prepared to go home. There were other kids on the bus. The bulk of the bus were a lot of people of color that were coming home from doing their domestic work for the day. And back then, these were in the days of segregation was in full bloom. And there was a sign at the bus by the bus driver that said, white seat from front and colored seat from rear. Well, I got on the bus and there were no seats other than the long bench behind the driver. And so I sat there and didn't think anything of it. That was the only seat that was available at the time. And a stop or two later, a big man got on and he looked gigantic to this 9-year-old. Maybe he wasn't that big, white, in this very cheap seersucker suit. And he looked around and didn't see any seats. And so then he looked at me and said, you get up and go to the back. Your kind belong to the back of the bus. And I said, no, I was here first. And he said, no, you have to get up. And I said no. And you could see the nervousness starting to appear by other people on the bus because they weren't quite sure what was about to happen. And I said, no, I'm staying here. I was here first. And so he decided that he was going to sit on me. Now, he was a big man. I'm a little girl, but I had sharpened all of my pencils that afternoon before leaving school to do my homework that evening. And so I just set the pencils. I had about 10 pencils, and I just set them on my knee. So when he sat down, he sat on the pencils, and all the legs broke up into his rear end. Well, you can imagine, he jumped up, he was very angry, he had turned deep red, and the driver pulled the bus over to the side, and there was a lot of commotion.